Okay, so there's like a glitch in the matrix and all of a sudden males don't exist. There's no more
Wow.
males left. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know when they're coming back. But what's something you can start doing now that you couldn't do before when males existed in society?
Why would you even have that thought?
There's no more males left. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know when they're coming back. But what's something you...
The way I would dress like the biggest
Really?
bitties out all the time. My flat-chested little bitties out. I'd
Okay.
sleep with my windows cracked. I live on the first floor in an apartment. There's no bars on the window. I can't do that now. I'd walk my dog all hours of the night. 3 a.m. Don't give a f***. We're taking a long walk, babe. I'd also listen to my music full blast while I was walking so I didn't have to be aware of my surroundings. I would sit in my car in an empty parking lot. I'd also sit in my car and take my sweet f***ing time getting ready to go when I'm at the gas station. Speaking of
Okay.
the gas station, I would go with a full beat every time I went. I would drink more, I think, especially in public. I'd wear a bathing suit top when it was really hot out. I'd go swimming at public pools. I'd wear my swimsuit at the beach. I'd stop having my friends check my location after getting an Uber. I would kind of just exist, to be honest.
But why even wear a bikini? Why even wear anything? I mean, without men in the world, you're free. Women can be fully liberated with their body. There's no men to ogle them.
You look great.
To look at their body parts, their lumps, their lovely lady lumps, big or small, jiggly or not.
My flat-chested little bitties out.
There will be no men, no prying, evil, mannish eyes to see you, and for those other men to stalk you and further pursue you. Look, look. This is what women would do if men disappeared.
Just like, just gone.
It'd be a free, war less, struggle less, okay, fear less. It would be a lot less of a lot of badness because the badness is gone. The men,
Dirty, musty, crusty men.
because men are all the badness in the world.
Always the man's fault.
Yes, of course, of course. So my point is, 70% of women would perish if all men did disappear.
Why?
For being realistic, we're not doing feelings here. Oh, she feels she can be, more free at night, walk at night. Okay, understandable. This is not a cap for men that do bad things, not at all. But my point is, women will not have this utopia they believe they would have.
My flat-chested little bitties out.
For being realistic, if men did disappear right now, in the first few weeks alone, 10% of women would perish. And I'll explain why in a moment.
Okay, this one's for the girls. What would you do if men disappeared from Earth for 24 hours? I'll go first. Okay. I would take a run at night with both earphones in.
Okay.
I know, it's crazy, but that's what I would do.
Oh, that sounds like heaven.
Now, if we're going to be balanced, we can say, if we note all of these women's things they would do seem very basic. So in other words, there are a lot of basic things women cannot do because of men.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. However, that first 10% of women that would perish in the dystopia, not utopia, would be the amount of women right now that live under men.
Stop paying my credit card bills.
Because women act as if none of them need a man for their survival. The amount of women right now that live in men's homes do not pay a damn bill, do not even understand where the letters are, how to pay the bills, where the money's kept, access to the money. So that's the point a lot of women are missing initially. A lot of women right now are living very lavish lives under men. They would perish initially, especially if they have no access to the funds. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? The lights go out in the mansion? No running hot water? What's the point? Really? She's going to take over with what money? With what money? The first 10% of women that live under men and need men for their survival, that want to live a soft life, they would be some of the first women. But the 30% next.
What would you do if men disappeared from Earth for 24 hours?
I would walk at night by myself.
Of course.
I would go to the club without having to take care of my drink the whole night, without having to make sure that nobody's trying to put any type of drugs in my drink. I would wear any clothes I wanted. I would live the way men currently live without that fear of getting hurt. And I know, because I know y'all are going to come in the comments like, not all men. I know that not all men are rapists, predators, murderers, catcallers. I know that. But a lot are. Not some. A lot. So yeah.
So yeah, indeed. And now to the 30% of women, up from the 10. It would be the women who require services on a regular day-to-day basis that men provide. And we're not doing 24 hours. No. We're doing complete non-existence of men. They're not gone for 24 hours. No, come on.
I like a challenge.
That's too easy. Complete. We're completely gone, men. We're no longer, we're gone.
Gone.
Yeah, there's no coming back. That's the point. The scenario is better if we never come back. 24 hours is too easy. So the women who require services that men provide, for instance, cars. Yeah, because all the female mechanics are going to take over. Yeah, the mass amounts of female mechanics. Really? No. So a lot of women's cars are going to break down very quickly. Then they're going to pile up at the few female mechanic stations that are able to fix their cars. They're going to become swamped. Doesn't matter how much money they make. They will not be able to do all those cars.
Chaos.
That's one service. Electricians. Same scenario. They're gonna go to the few female electricians, plumbers. Same scenario again.
My flat-chested little biddies out.
Women are talking about doing basic things in life. Okay, sure. When men disappear, a lot of the basic things that they do and enjoy right now, they don't seem to understand would disappear as well with us. And we're saying 30% because these are the first few weeks to first few months of men disappearing. That's a lot of services falling down. First 30% is going to go into the 50.
Full government shutdown.
Next.
I don't think you understand. If all men were to disappear, the immediate catastrophe that would be.
For who?
Immediate catastrophe. I don't think.
How?
Okay, so water, sewage, electricity, gas, fuel, refinement, telecommunications, IT infrastructure, road maintenance, delivery drivers, police, fire rescue.
How about other things like fracking, electrical maintenance, nuclear engineering, like the list goes on and on and on.
Critical infrastructure, if all men disappeared, would fail within hours. The telecom network, loss of power would be, because there's nobody maintaining it.
I guess I just don't care about technology enough to care if the power goes out. You're only 50% of any population. That's true.
Caught at the end with her OF.
That's true.
But exactly, the 50%. Now we're up to 50% of women that would perish because the infrastructure would fail. Now, some men would say at this point, it'd be more than 50%, but no, we're just going to add some balance. We're going to add some balance before we get to 70, because that's the full apocalypse. The 50% right now, 50% of women would perish simply because of all the services, infrastructures and things that men create, build and uphold and keep maintaining every single day.
That's true.
Because while women think about their simple comforts they would have, nothing would be working. And back again to the small amounts of women that actually are able to do these things.
Road maintenance, delivery drivers, police, fire rescue.
They would be swamped and heavily under pressure and stressed out because now they have to maintain millions upon millions of women, all angry. Imagine the amount of Karens alone. Really? Because I still haven't made the point yet. Women are so nice to each other, aren't they? But no, wait. I'll save the women turning on each other because they would be right now at 50%, but no, let's wait till we hit 70 because there are a lot of good points to make when we hit 70. But at this point, there would be a lot of anger and fear.
That's true.
Because everything that they were used to, the comforts and luxury,
Just like,
would still exist, but without anyone to maintain and run them, they would start to fall apart. So women are going to have to start communicating even harder now. It's not about fairy tales and butterflies. No, it's how we're going to run society, the technical parts of society, without the technical mind and body of men. And in her case, for her OF, she'd be broke.
That's true.
She'd be broke. There'd be no men to watch her OF, and she didn't even think of that. So this is an example of how naive some women are going to be and are to this scenario.
I saw a TikTok this morning that I just haven't been able to stop thinking about all day. And it was a gentleman. And he asked women a question. He said, if we could take men off the planet for a day, what would you do? And the women were like, well, I'd go for a walk and not have to worry about being safe. I'd go into a dark parking lot, not worried about being safe. I'd go walking with my dog at night and not worry about not being safe. And you know what? I think if men were off the planet for 24 hours, women could get a lot of done. A lot of I would be president for a full 24 hours, pull an all-nighter. I would work with women around the world, around getting rid of AR-15s to keep our children safe, to get and dismantle and dismember nuclear weapons. I would love to do more than that, but you only gave me 24 hours. I would have new and stricter laws around stalking and incest. I would make it against the law for any company that has 10 employees to make sure that there is diversity within those 10. Any company that has over 100 employees, they would have to have equal men and women in all levels of management.
Let me stop her there, because she's doing 24 hours. I'm not doing 24 hours. I'm doing complete non-existence of men. No, there's no coming back. No. It's more harrowing and dystopian then, because women say they don't need us. Okay, sure.
But it's an illusion.
At 70% now, things would have gotten so crazy. By the time it hits 70% of women perishing, it would have gone so far, the communication would not be the way this lovely woman thinks it would be. No, because the first thing a lot of women would do, a large number of women, not all of them, they would try to dismantle patriarchal thoughts. This would go so far as to women even trying to dismantle things that actually make sense and logical, simply because they believe it's patriarchalized men created this, we can't think like men. That's going to cause division in a lot of women.
And minority women as well. I would create a panel of LCSWs and women who've been in the foster care system to recreate and revitalize and change the foster care system as it currently exists, because it sucks so bad. I will have special sessions in the state and federal governments to create new laws and put them into our constitutions for equal pay for women.
Okay.
And our reproductive rights, and get those frickin' back.
I want to use this comment to motivate a question for ladies. Okay, so imagine a world in which aliens abduct all the men. The men are gone, right? What are you going to do? What's the first thing that you're going to do if you know for sure there are no men? Men are gone for 10 years. What would the world look like? What would you be doing? What's the first thing you do if you could walk outside at any time of day and there's no males, no cisgendered males left in the world? Okay? If you want to comment the answer to what I just asked, great. If you want to talk about this, that's fine, but I'm curious.
If men disappear from the planet for 24 hours.
Okay, well, let's start with go on walks at night without fear of being kidnapped or sexually harassed. I mean, just go on more walks in general.
And this lovely woman here would be in the 70%. The reason the last 30% of women would survive would simply be because they would not be concerned about doing these basic things, walking at night. No, those last 30% of women would immediately go for power everywhere. They would be the women smart enough to know walking at night, that's a simple thing, we can do that now, the men are gone. There still needs to be structure and control and power. It would be those logical women who would not think about the feelings, we're safe now, we can go outside naked. It'd be the women who think, okay, that's all cute. Who's gonna run everything?
Wear whatever I want without fear of being harassed. Freely go to any public place without looking over my shoulder. Fear of getting sexually harassed.
Yep.
Not wear a bra in public. Not feel like I constantly have to look over my shoulder, always, no matter what I'm doing or where I am. When bars were open, go out to bars more and get a drink by myself. These are just to name a few.
A world without men at first, for a lot of women, not all, would be a utopia, a dream, a fantasy, until reality kicks in and women realize, I can't get back on TikTok. I can't watch my videos. Simple. Have a nice day.
My flat-chested little biddies out.